Okay, Mr. Chair, you are recording.
All right, thank you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and call this confirmation hearing for Anna Henderson to order. Let's start with a roll call, please.
Miss Allard?
Here.
Mr. Constant?
Here.
Mr. Dunbar? Ms. Kennedy?
Here.
Ms. LaFrance? Mr. Presverdia?
Here.
Mr. Peterson? Mr. Rivera?
Present.
Mr. Weddleton? Ms. Zolotel?
Here.
Thank you.
Thanks. Before we continue, and it might have been that they changed up the interface, but normally I would get a warning that the recording has been started. So just wanted to confirm that the recording did get started.
I see it.
Okay, great. Well, maybe it's just looking weird for mine. All right, so let's go ahead and if members want to get in the queue, please put yourself in the chat or text me if you can't access the chat. All right, so today we're here for a confirmation hearing for Ms. Henderson. So Ms. Henderson, we already know you, but if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, then we'll see if any assembly members have questions for you.
Thank you, Assemblymember Rivera. I am Anna Henderson. I have been selected by the mayor to be the municipal manager. I provided a copy of my resume, but a little background on me. I was born in Alaska. I have 2 kids. My husband works for the railroad. Been working from home like a lot of you with my daughter here for the last couple of months. So that's been a interesting experience. Professionally, I have worked for the municipality for 14 years, in the traffic department for a couple of years, and then working my way through the ranks at MLNP, ultimately landing in the general manager position. So I feel like my experience at the municipality, as well as my leadership roles in municipal departments, has prepared me to be a successful and effective municipal manager. I did indicate I was born here. I went to school at UAA. I have a bachelor's of administration. And I guess I'll stop there. That's really kind of me in a nutshell.
Great. Thanks so much, Ms. Henderson. Okay, so for the remainder of the time, if any folks have any questions or discussion for Ms. Henderson, this is the time. I'll note for the record that we've been joined by Mr. Weddleton. Mr. Perez-Verdia.
Hi, Ms. Henderson. If you could just speak a little bit to your vision in terms of how you plan to approach this work and how that may differ from people who have filled this role in the past.
Yeah, thank you for that question. And I realized in my introduction, I kind of failed to talk about why I want this job. And, you know, I'm really looking for the opportunity of having satisfying work and contributing positively to the community. And I'm no stranger to public service. As I said, I've been working at the municipality for 14 years. I don't envision that my approach will be significantly different from my predecessor. I do realize I have, you know, a short window, looking at 7 months before a change in administration, but certainly focused on the issues that we're all facing, the municipal response to the COVID pandemic and the modernization of the port, in addition to all of the other, just, you know, nothing feels routine at the moment, but the routine items of operating the city. So in addition to, again, just focusing on serving the public interest and the economic recovery that we're facing. So I don't anticipate that you will see a significant shift in those focuses. So let me know if you have additional follow-up on that.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thanks. Ms. Zolotel, and also want to note that we've been joined by Ms. LaFrance.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Ms. Henderson. Can you talk a little bit about your approach as in the past, the municipal manager has been the incident commander during an emergency. And right now we're in a declared emergency, as we all are very well aware of. Can you talk a little bit about your approach there in coordinating the various resources? I know we are facing some significant challenges in keeping individuals sheltered and just really coordinating our ongoing response as we see the continued effects of COVID-19. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Assembly Member Zolotel. I have had the pleasure of doing some of this work now for a little over 3 weeks, and specifically on the sheltering, I've been working with the health department, the mayor's office, and the homeless coordinator, Nancy Burke, and the Emergency Operations Center, as well as nonprofits and the community providers to propose solutions for the sheltering needs for the pandemic. So that's just one area. And you know, those folks are the professionals in that area, so it's really a team environment. We have regular meetings and talk about ideas for improvement, what's going well, where we think we can strengthen some of our services that we're providing. So I've been pleased with that coordinating effort. Also starting to get into the coordination with the state and some of the other local entities on vaccine distribution, the discussions on how we're going to prioritize testing, and also into logistics of how we're going to get that distributed. So those, I would say, are testing has been going on for a while. That seems to be going very well. I know we're adapting as needed in certain specific areas, but that I think is going well. So I'm just monitoring at this point, those activities. But that's the 3 focus areas at the moment, and coordinating again with the EOC, the municipal departments, and local entities to make sure that that's successful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Mr. Gates?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Ms. Henderson, I just thought of this when you introduced yourself. Since you mentioned your husband works for the Alaska Railroad, the municipality and the railroad have, you know, a very interesting, I guess, relationship over the years. And I wondered, how would you manage this, I guess, potential conflict, given your husband works there, with decisions related to railroad, where our interests are not aligned, and it also related to perhaps that lawsuit that's now in federal court that I understand the municipality is contemplating joining. How do you manage that conflict?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Gates. And I will certainly seek advice of Ms. D. Ennis and the ethics board if she recommends that. But my husband is an engineer conductor, so he has no management authority at the railroad. So I cannot envision a conflict at this point, but certainly willing to look into that. And then I would defer to Ms. Vogel on the municipality's position on the current lawsuit.
Great, thank you. Is there someone you could delegate decision-making authority to if you needed to?
I would have to talk to the mayor about that, but again, at this point, I can't envision any decision I would need to make in conjunction with Ms. Vogel that would be a conflict for my husband's position. But again, I'm willing to submit that ethics board and get advice on that.
Great. Sounds like you're on top of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'll do one last call, see if there are any other questions. All right, seeing none. Thank you so much, Ms. Henderson. And this will be before us on Tuesday. So looking forward to seeing you there.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you. All right, I'll see everyone again at 11 o'clock.